Fandom, how's it going? It's your boy Hardcover, and today we're taking a look at the second volume of Katsuhiro Otomo's classic manga series, Akira. Let's get into it. For those of you that are just joining me for the first time, please go back and watch last week's Manga Mondays video because I covered the first volume of Akira. We're going through the entire series week by week until we finish it, and then I'll give a final verdict of a review. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. Right off the bat, the first thing that I noticed was that this particular volume felt like I was missing something. It felt like I was missing a chapter in between because you're following Kaneda as they are trying to escape this facility, and the girl that he is with suddenly has powers out of nowhere. She's able to phase through walls. She's pretty much knows her way around the entire facility, and it left me going, wait, did I miss something in between volumes? While this was initially a bit jarring, it does set the stage for a payoff later on in the story that really was a bit of a twist, and it caught me off guard. Now, I emphasized this a lot in the previous video, and I'm gonna emphasize this a lot here. This particular volume differs greatly, and I mean greatly, from the anime. It is incredible how different this is. I mean, you actually meet Akira in this volume, and in the anime, you only meet Akira at the very end of the film. That really caught me off guard, and it was actually a welcome surprise because in the film, you only get a little bit of time with Akira. In this particular manga, you actually are introduced to him, and there's still 4 volumes left, so what that means to me is that there's plenty of time to flesh out that character. As far as Tetsuo in this particular volume, Tetsuo in this volume continues to discover the extent of his powers, and we're continuously seeing him ratchet up, we're continuously seeing him getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and pushing the limits of his abilities. Something happens in this particular volume that, once again, caught me off guard because it happened so early on in the series. I really expected particular event regarding an appendage of his that happens later on in the anime to happen later on in the books, but no, we're in the second volume and this thing is heading for the fences. Also in this particular volume, he's pretty much a cocky little shit. I'm not gonna lie, I like that. I like my villains to be kind of overconfident and really cocky because really it just makes their downfall so much sweeter. You're starting to get to see his powers grow a lot more, and I also like that aspect where he's taking on a whole bunch of guards like they're nothing and popping heads left and right. If you are somebody that is into gore, this particular volume really is up your alley. It really is. I like the pace of this one as well because the first volume started out a bit slow. They had to introduce the characters. They had to kind of start building up the momentum. This one is like a shotgun blast. It's just go, and we are out to the races. I also like the fact that we're getting introduced to a whole bunch of different people with abilities. This is definitely more fleshed out. I also like the fact that we're getting introduced and we're getting references to different people with abilities. Now in the anime, that stuff is really limited for the sake of pacing and for the sake of story. Here, it's definitely fleshed out a little bit more. The Colonel will reference, oh, well, number 18 or number 16 had this ability, you know, this one could phase through walls, things like that. And it shows just how long the Japanese military in this manga were experimenting on children. This continues to be one of the best manga reads that I've ever read. I mean, really, the pacing on this thing is incredibly well done. Like I said earlier on in this video, this thing is like a shotgun blast. It's just going, and it's going and going and going. The story moves so fluidly, and the art is so great that I cannot wait to pick up the next volume and continue this masterpiece. So this is the part in the video where spoilers are free. We are spoiler free. I'm warning you right now. If you've not read the first 2 volumes of this manga, I urge you, go out, pick them up. Akira is awesome. I highly recommend you do. If you are somebody, anybody out there that has never tried manga, please do yourself a favor and pick this up. It's even in the traditional American style where it's left to right. They did you a favor. They did not publish this version in the right to left style that most manga are. Pick this up. It is awesome, awesome, awesome. So with that said, let's get into some spoilers. They took off his arm. They took off his arm at the end of this volume. Holy shit. I mean, wow, they did not waste time in this volume. That to me was the biggest shocker. I did not expect them to go that far into the anime that fast. Katsuhiro really is going for broke in this series. He is just ratcheting everything up to 11. I mean, at the point where they're using satellites against Tetsuo. I mean, satellites, guys, where there's a giant laser beam falling from the sky to attack Tetsuo. It was fucking awesome. It's something that made my little geek heart flutter, like, oh my gosh, Katsuhiro really doesn't give a shit. He's just going for the fences right now. He's just going as far out there and as far over the top as he possibly can in this manga. The only thing is that I am a little bit concerned because you can go a little bit too far when you go over the top, and you can pretty much dilute the experience where you go, okay, that's just kind of dumb. But I haven't reached that point yet, and I'm excited to see where else the story goes. I also like the fact that in this particular volume we are introduced to the character of Akira. Akira is released from his chamber. Now there is a scientist though that says that's not Akira. What that leads to, I don't know, but I'm super excited because really the mystery just thickens. The plot really starts thickening and it starts getting really, really good in this particular volume because you're introduced to this little Japanese boy. You keep hearing about Akira throughout this entire volume as this omnipotent and super powerful being. And then you see Tetsuo's face when you see Akira and it's like, this is a little boy. This is the person I've been wanting to kill and I've been wanting to face, you know, face to face. I've been wanting to get into a fight, and it's a little boy. It's a startling revelation that I'm sure manga readers, when they first discovered it, must have went, oh my gosh, it's a little kid. Look, it's no secret that I've been enjoying this manga, and I gotta be completely honest, I'm enjoying it more than I did the anime. It's something completely different, it's something completely fresh, and I really do wish that I had jumped on this manga and I had read it sooner. If this is your first time checking out my channel, I do weekly reviews of comic books, hardcovers, trade paperbacks, absolute editions, mangas, all that good stuff. Please check out some of my other videos. You can follow me on Facebook.com/hardcover reviews, Twitter.com hardcover review, you know that good stuff. It's all in the description below. And if you want to kick a couple of bucks my way and help a brother out, Patreon is found down below. Let me know what you think of this particular volume of Akira, and I will see you next week when we review Volume 3.